Alright, so today we're going to be solving more systems of equations, and while some of them we can do with graphing and some of them we can do with substitution, we sometimes run into a situation where we can't really do substitution and we don't really know how to graph it. But there's a third method, and that's solving with elimination. And the reason we call it elimination is because we're trying to get rid of one of our variables. We have an x and a y, and we're trying to eliminate either the x or the y. And the way we do this is by adding opposites. So let me explain. We're going to look for a variable that has opposite coefficients. So like -6 and 6, those are opposites. So when we add those together, -6 plus 6, we get 0x, which is just 0, because 0 times anything is just going to be 0. The only thing is we have to add all the other variables too. So 6y plus -3y is going to be 3y. And 6 plus 12 is going to be 18. And like we said, since 0x is just 0, we can actually get rid of it because 0 plus anything doesn't really matter. So now we just have 3y equals 18. So we can divide both sides by 3, and we get y equals 6. And kind of like with substitution, since now we have one of our variables, we can just put it back into one of our equations and find the other variable. So I'm going to do this bottom equation because y is only multiplied by 3, so it's a little easier. So we have 6x minus 3y equals 12. And we're going to put in 6 for y. So 6x minus 3 times 6 equals 12. And 3 times 6 is 18, so 6x minus 18, sorry my x's kind of look like y's, is 12. And then I'm just going to add 18 to both sides. So I get 6x equals 30. And then I just divide both sides by 6. And I get x equals 5. So now I know that my intersection point is going to be x equals 5 and y equals 6. And if I wanted to check, I could sub those back into one of my equations and I would see that it's going to come out to these values.
And on this example, we can do the same thing as this. We look at the signs here, a negative and a positive, and we can add them together, and that'll get us 0. So -3y, 3y, 0y. And then we still have to add the others. So 2x is 4x. And then 16 and 4 is 20. And this simplifies to 4x equals 20. And we want to isolate the 4x, so we divide by 4x equals 5. And we have this variable, like this equation, we want to substitute the x back into this equation so we can get the y. Doesn't matter which one you choose, you'll get the same thing. So I'll choose this one. 2 times 5 minus 3y equals 16. 2 times 5 is 10 minus 3y equals 16. We want to isolate the y variable, so we're going to subtract 10 from both sides. Get -3y equals 6. And one last thing, we have to divide by -3. And 6 divided by -3 is y equals -2. And then our ordered pair is going to be x equals 5, y equals -2. So we get 5 and -2.